Hello and welcome to chapter 3 of Greenday's song Wake Me When September Ends. I'm going to start with the intro. It starts with a simple shape here with your first finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, 2nd string up, and you're going to put your 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the D string. So you want to keep the G string open, which is the 3rd string up. All you're going to do, you're going to start on the D string, you're going to play D, G and B twice. So we've got this. Okay, and that'll be 1 bar. So, timing wise, I'll count along with that, give you a count. So it goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, so you play that 4 times for the intro. And I'm going to move on to the verse, which the picking pattern stays the same, the rhythm's the same. We're just going to change the shapes. So the first shape is a G again, which is the same as the intro. So you play this for the 5th time. When you go into the verse, you just change then for the next bar. You put your 2nd finger on the 4th fret of the D string. So you're just moving that 1 note from the 5th fret to the 4th fret there. It'll sound like this. That's quite nice. You're going to change your fingers around for the next one. You put your 1st finger now on the 2nd fret of the D string, and your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, which is where your 1st finger was before. And it's the same picking pattern again. This is your E minor 7. And you're just going to take your 1st finger off and play the D string open. D says 4. So your first 4 chords for the verse. So I'll play them all together. I'll play it along with a count as well, so you can hear that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, so that's your verse. We're going to go into the chorus now. Again, picking's the same, rhythm's the same. So we're just going to change the chord shapes again. So this time we're going to go to a C chord. I'm going to put your 3rd finger where it was before for the G, 5th fret on the D string, and your little finger now is going to go on the 5th fret of the B string. Again, same picking pattern. Now to change that to C minor, which is the next chord, you're just going to put your 2nd finger on the 4th fret of the B string, take your little finger off, just changes 1 note down to 17. And then you're just going to go to G again. You put your 1st finger there on the 3rd fret of the B string. You play that twice. Okay, so the chorus, you can go like this. Okay. So that then goes back into the verse again. So the verse is exactly the same as it was before. I'm going to play through. Into the chorus. Next verse. Chorus. This is where it changes. Then goes into the bridge. So this last little bar here goes to the G again, which is exactly the same as the intro and the first chord of the verse. and sort of comes back up on the G string. So once you've played those first 3 notes, D, G, B strings, and come back on the G string, so you've got 4 notes there, and then change to this G over F sharp, which is the second chord of the verse. And you're fitting all in 1 bar. So counting wise, you got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, I'll repeat that, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then it goes into the bridge. Okay, so if you're interested in a little bit of theory, during the chorus we have this C shape here, arpeggio, and then we change to C minor. So this here where my little finger is a note E. We're going to change that to an E flat, and that's the minor third. So E for C, and the C chord is a major third. C minor has E flat, C minor third. Then it goes to the G again, G5. Also, going from the G to the G over F sharp, all we're doing, if you notice, is changing this note here, which is the G, where my third finger is, to F sharp there, on the 4th fret. Just changing the bass note. E minor 7, we've got an E note, open G, and your 3rd fret there on the B string, which is the D. So this D note is the 7th of the chord, and when you go to the open D for D sus4, you got the open G again, which is the sus4th. So all the way through these sections, you've got this open G string. You want to keep your finger, whichever finger is on the D string at the time, the chord you're playing, you want to keep that clear of that D string. Clear of the G string. You want to keep it bridged over there. So you use the tips of your fingers. You can actually keep it closer to the A string, if you like. So you're not actually playing that, you can touch that one and keep it from ringing out. Make sure that G string is clear all the way through. And again, same goes for your first finger as well. If it's on the 3rd fret there of the B string, you keep that well away from the G string, and also touch the top string. And keep it from ringing out. Same with the A string. So you're just making sure you keep them clear of that G. Okay, so before you go on to the play along track, I'd just like to go over a couple of things that might make it a little bit easier for you, a couple of pointers. The first is the picking. So when you're picking with your plectrum here, let's hold the G shape. You're going to go down, down, up, down, down, up. It makes it easier because when you come up on that B string, so you're going down on the D, down on the G, up on the B, it brings your hand back round to the D string again to do the next sequence. So, and if you can do that all the way through these sections where you're picking like that, it'll make it a lot smoother, a lot easier for you. Another thing is when you're playing through these sections, if you take it a little like in little chunks. So if you do the intro, you got that. Once you've got that intro sorted, picking wise, you're fine for the rest of these sections. So if you go onto the verse and just loop the verse around a few times, even maybe use the metronome on the website, slower tempo, just get used to that, keeping it smooth, and then go on to the chorus, do the same again, and tying them together. You'll be ready to go on then to the play along track. The structure for the play along is going to be intro, verse, chorus, verse and chorus again, and that second chorus has that change of bar when it goes from the G to the G over F sharp there at the very end, whereas the first one would just stay on the G. Okay, so have a go at that, have fun, and I'll see you in the next chapter.